So we are going to do the box problem. This is the setup. You can read it here, straight from MyMathLab. This is also what's called a student learning outcome problem. So, it's a little more expected of this from you. Um, it's important to note that this side over here was originally 11 centimeters. And all the sides are actually, because it's an 11 by 11. All of it was originally 11 centimeters. What we're doing is we are removing this little section right here, just this little X, and we're removing this X from this side. So the new side total is 11 minus 2X. That's going to be between this spot all the way over to this spot. Because we're removing an X, we're removing an X. Same thing here as well. We've got this section here is going to be 11 minus 2X. So why is that important? Well, when we're trying to find the function, we're looking for the volume. And remember, volume is always going to be length times the width times the height. So in our case, the length and the width are going to be 11 minus 2x times 11 minus 2x. And then the height is going to be x. So we end up getting a box that looks something like this. This height is x. This is 11 minus 2x. And then we have this side over here that's 11 minus 2x. Because the sides actually fold up. And not the best box, but I think it's doable. You can definitely tell I'm not an artist, but we do have that kind of box because that's what's happening. So what we're looking for now is to find the domain. Now, if we go to the graph, let me pull up Desmos. Here is the graph, and so hopefully you've been able to change your window that you can see it. This is kind of what my window is. The graph is going to be between this one loop down to 5.5, 0. This is the domain, 0 between 5.5. If you were to go to 6, that means that we would have negative values for the length and the width. Because if you go over here and you plug in 6 here, and I will put it in a different color just so we know that when you have 6, you'd get 11 minus 2 times 6. So this side's length would be 11 minus 12, which would be negative 1. This is a problem. We can't have a box width to be a negative number, so it's impossible. So that's definitely going to be, tell us that our domain function is going to be, or the domain of this is going to be x is between 5.5 and 0. I mean, technically, I guess it would not actually be equal to those, so it would be like greater than 0 and less than 5.5, technically, because if it were actually 0, then nothing would change from the bottom, x, nothing's changing. So anyway, to look at the graph, I just showed you the graph on Desmo. Hopefully you can find the graph on your calculator. Please practice that. A decent window would be if you let x be between 0 and 5.5. That would be a good window. And if you did the y value between 0 and 100. Now, One way to find the window would be to look at the table first to see how high it does go. So that's something that a little trick on changing your window on your calculator. Definitely, again, you want to practice it, but this is a good window to find the graph. Now, what dimensions give you the max volume? Let me go back to the Desmos graph. The max volume is going to be up here at this peak. So hopefully you watched the video on relative max before this, but this is the peak, and so this is where it's going to happen. So if I take a look at it, oops, wrong one. So the max point is at 1.8, comma 98 point. Let me see if I can get back to that real quick. 98.6, 1.8, 98.6. So what that means is that when x is equal to 1.8 centimeters, then we get a volume of 98.6, and this, it says this volume is centimeters cubed. You're not going to be asked that, but you'll have that. So when you think about the dimensions, we're looking for v to be x times 11 minus 2x times 11 minus 2x. This is what you'd put in your calculator. Just so you know, you don't actually have to multiply out. Do not multiply this out. Yeah, it's more work, and you probably will make some careless mistakes. So just type it in just like that in your calculator. So when we have this, we know that 1.8 goes here. Then I'm going to put in 11 minus 2 times 1.8. So let me type that in. And that is 7.4. So my dimensions will be 1.8 by 7.4 by 7.4. And that completes the problem. Thank you.